seek first to understand before you seek to be understood. If you write anything down in this class all semester long, and you won't stand in the Walmart case, you won't use it in the projects, but you might use it in life. Seek first to understand before you seek to be understood. Another way to say it is, seek first to be influenced before you seek to influence. Now let me ask y'all a question. What does that mean to you? When I say seek first to understand before you seek to be understood, what does that mean to you? What do I mean? Yes, sir.
Like, make sure you're familiar with your product or whatever you're trying to do before you go do it.
Absolutely. I got to make sure I understand my product, my company, my organization. Push it one more thing further, though, and say, what else do I need to understand? That's right. You're right. That's right. Yes, sir.
You need to understand what the customer wants from you.
Yes, I need to understand what that customer needs, what that customer wants, before I tell them what they should do. And here's why. It goes back to the original answer, which was so good. My company has a lot of stuff to offer. My products have a lot of stuff to offer. The challenge is only some of what I got is relevant to the person I'm talking to. Only some of what I know as an expert is relevant to the person I'm talking to. So if I sit down in front of that person and I start spitting everything I know, they got to figure out what's relevant to them and pick it out. Are they going to do that? No. But so by asking questions first, I can figure out what they're looking for before I tell them what I got. Seek first to understand. Now, we'll do two things. Try to before I get done. One is tell you guys why we use questions and how they're valuable. Okay? So let's start with the slide here. I'm going to take it from seek first to understand to great questions give us the keys to consultation. Look at that first line up there. Great questions give us the keys to consultation. We said on the very first day syllabus day, some of y'all weren't here, we said on the very first day syllabus day that we employ a consultative sales process here in the sales program. We're going to teach you how to be a consultative salesperson, how to be a consultant to your client. So tell me again, one more detail this time, tell me again why questions give you the key to being a consultant. Why do you need to ask? Yes, sir.
You identify the root of the problem.
Identify the root of the problem. That's well said. Identify the root of the problem. Once I identify the root of the problem, what else might I want to know?
I want to know what they've done so far so you know it doesn't work.
Yeah. Now see, I'm going to stop you right there because those three answers are really good. And I'm skipping ahead a little bit. I'm going to come back. But did y'all see how he did that? Just take a second and think about it in a different perspective. I'm going to give you a different mindset on the way he answered that question. He said, figure out what the root of the problem is. That's a big, wide thing, wasn't it? And then you said, figure out what?
Figure out what they've done before to not do it again.
What they've done before to not do it again. Did y'all notice how he went from a broad question down to a more narrow question? Did y'all see that? What's the root of the problem versus what you've done before, why it didn't work? We're going to get into creating a line of questions in just a second. I want everybody in the room to remember that, because that's the way you create a line of questions. You start big and broad, and then you go narrow to find out more information. It's well done. But the bottom line is, I use questions, in a lot of cases, to find out the root of the issue. I use this too much, this doctor thing, but it is. You got to diagnose before you can prescribe. I got to diagnose what the issue is before I prescribe to you what your regimen should be. So there are great questions give us this key to consultation. There are 4 things that questions really do for you. 4 things that really, really do for you. And I'm going to give away the bottom line here. Notice how as I go through these things, we start broad and we get narrow. We start broad, we get narrow. The first thing questions do to you is they provide you with the customer's point of view on a topic. So whatever the topic or trend or whatever the issue is you got, you can get somebody's point of view on that topic. Now that is valuable to you in a couple of different ways. First of all, it's valuable to you because I need to know my audience's opinion on things so that I can shape my message. I need to know their opinion before I shape my message, the words they use, and that's a big piece. But the other thing that number 1 on the board, the first one up there gives you, is it just gets them going. In a sales conversation, what a lot of folks, especially young people, young salespeople don't understand, is I want the customer to talk. People think it's about the salesperson talking. I'll talk the minimum amount I need to talk to get my objective achieved. Now let me say that again because I was working here. I'm going to talk the minimum amount I need to talk to get my objectives achieved.